Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Okay. Okay. Mr. Kolawole Ajayi. Good afternoon. Okay. Comrade. Mr. Kolawole Ajayi. Mr. Kolawole. Comrade. Okay. Mr. Kolawole Ajayi. Mr. Kolawole. Comrade. Okay. Mr. Kolawole Ajayi. Mr. Kolawole.
That background.
Okay, Mr. Kolawole, we need to activate his microphone because his mic is not on yet. So I'll need to chat him privately to do that. We need to activate his mic. We are live already. We are live already on YouTube, and we are waiting for people for others to join it. And that'll be 15 minutes. I'm going to share the agenda of the meeting on the platform as well. You can all see. I will share the agenda now, so it's like
I'll give you.
And Mr. Amzat, your background is, I think there's a TV station there. I don't know, maybe from your side or Mr. Yeah, so I can hear this TV set from that side. Okay, I think the background noise has reduced now. So let's give other people like 5 minutes more grace to join us. Okay, we are still waiting for them, Sha. So let me drop the agenda of the meeting. Let me drop the agenda. So I just dropped the agenda on the message now. You can check your chat tray. So the agenda is there. And Queen, you are welcome. You are welcome, Queen. You are welcome. And we have on the agenda, we have.
Thank you.
Okay, you are welcome, madam. On the agenda, we have the prelude. That is what we are doing now to welcome our the participants on board. And also, let us try to engage other people to join us, because this program is just an hour program, and by 5 we are done. So we have prelude and we have the welcome address, and we have the purpose of gathering, and we have suggestion of ideas. So that's a suggestion. That is why we have people that may want to share ideas. And like I said, the program is being live streamed on YouTube page. I just dropped the YouTube link on the chat. So it's being recorded there for future references. And let's try to wait for other people to join us. Let's try to get other people to join us. Okay, and Comrade Osipelo, you're welcome on board. I can see you, Comrade and Ridwan Akibi. You are welcome, sir. I think we have Prince Omeniu just joined recent. So let me drop the agenda for the meeting again, so that we can have that chat straight there.
Online.
Zoom.
Okay.
Okay. So, and I think we are 8. By the time we are 10, I think we start, while others will join us. Can start while others will join us. Let me quickly share something on our page. Okay, we are 9 now, I think. Comrade Ayoyinka, you are welcome. Comrade Ayoyinka.
Thank you.
You are welcome. And Mr. Kolawole Ajayi, you won't be able to hear us because you've not activate your mic. So let me chat privately. Okay, we are waiting for just one more person and we start. We are live on Facebook. We are live on Facebook. On YouTube. At the same time, we're live on YouTube, and I've already dropped the YouTube link on our platforms. So as we are discussing, everybody is Nigerians are listening and Lagosians are listening as well. So although this meeting is a closed meeting for Oshodi, is sort of precisely, we want to discuss a way forward for our community. And this is the banner of what we are discussing. So Oshodi, a new mayor, what next? We have a new chairman just concluded election. So let's brainstorm and let's suggest a way forward. So how is that? Okay. I think on the agenda, I just dropped the agenda on our platform, on our chat tray, we have a prelude what we are doing now to welcome members on floor. It is 4 o'clock to 4:15 p.m. And by 4:15 to 4:25, I'm going to have a welcome address from one of our comrades. Is on board already. We're going to have purpose of gathering. Why are we discussing? And from there, we move ahead to suggestions of ideas. In this particular section, individual has the right to contribute and suggest how the new government should be run and how government can move closer to the community and how to help the administrators to succeed in all their plans. So we are here to do that. And after that, we're going to have a closing remark by one of our comrades. So we're just 9. So when it's 4:15, we're going to start. So we're not waiting for anybody. So Mr. Kola Ajayi, I know you can't hear us and you won't be able to hear us. You can only see my face and our faces, but you won't be able to hear us at all because you've not activated your audio. So you'll be able to hear us. So let me check how many people are watching on YouTube now. We have 5 people watching us live on YouTube. We have 5 people watching us live on YouTube now. So, sorry. We have less than a minute to start the program. Less than a minute to start the program. So by the time we can start the program, I'm going to mute everybody. I will only allow the person that will be talking to unmute himself or herself so that I can have a very clear audio and a successful discussion. So Comrade Ara, where you are is very dark. Maybe you should get a light. I can hardly see your face, but I can see Comrade Amzat very clear, very clear. I can see very clear. And I can see very clear. Fine. And Comrade Ayoyinka, I can see very, very clear. I can see very clear. Okay, somebody just left now. Somebody just left. I think we left. Okay. Okay. And good afternoon, good evening, everyone, once again. And we're about to start the program. And I would like Comrade Amzat should give us a welcome address while we can start the program.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. I want to officially welcome everyone of us to this one of his kind initiative, which majority of us have been yearning for in our own dear community, Oshodiso local government. And I'm so happy, so happy having a divergent mind on board this evening.
Sorry, come, you can't see your face again.
Hello?
You can't see your face again, your face.
Okay.
Okay, fine, I'm good, perfect.
Yeah, sorry for that. So, I want to welcome everyone of us once again to this very program that every one of us has been expected. And like I said earlier, I said, at least if I 1 or 2 persons here, I'm so delighted having them on board to discuss the key issues, the basic needs and demands of every one of us, which in the past we've been demanding or yearning for, especially from this new administration of Kehinde Oloyede Almaroof in our own dear local government. Yeah, every one of us might have been looking at what should be the exact profession of every local government. But in the case of ours, there might be some special differences, which I don't want to presume should be or should not be. But we all expect the best from our own local government. And in particular, this current administration, a lot has been put on table by every one of us, which we are not expecting less from his government. That is one. Secondly, as our own hope, thought, belief, about this very local government is concerned, we are not here to keep quiet. We are not here to come and attack anyone, but coming up with a constructive criticism about his government that, man, this is exactly what we wanted. And in all it takes, we must pursue to achieve this very demand of ours. So, without wasting much of our time, I want to welcome every one of us once again for a fruitful deliberation and a result-oriented 4-year plan of Kehinde Oloyede Almaroof administration in Esho local government. Thank you. Comrade.
Okay, thank you, sir. That's a very good one. A very good and a very good charge. And I think as men that are on board now can easily know the purpose of this gathering. That is our first agenda, the welcome address by Comrade Hamzat. Now, on the second agenda, we have purpose of our gathering. Like Comrade Hamzat have rightly said, we have not gathered because we want to discuss about a particular person, or because we want to discuss about a particular personality, but we have gathered because we want to discuss about our community. And the reason why this gathering is being called, just I noticed we have been complaining and we have been criticizing and we have been raising suggestions, but we have not come together as like minds to discuss a way forward and suggest as a citizen, not as a party loyalist, or to suggest like a community member. What we are about doing now is more like we are doing a family meeting, whereby the brother will talk, the sister will talk, and the father will talk. Purpose of our gathering is that I noticed that we have more responsibility to take than even the people in charge of the administration. We have larger role to play as a citizen, even than the chairman himself. We are in a best position to provide help for them. And when we are providing help, we are providing a constructive and a positive help for them. Because in some cases, help can come with your own personal gain. But we want to provide a selfless help for this fellow administrator. I followed the past administrator in person of Honorable Mayor what's his name? Ario. I followed him very well, but I noticed that he has a mind to do, but a lot of things surrounded him. So, and we have been agitating for a good 6 years, but yet we are yet to see government very close to our people. So rather than agitating now, rather than complaining now, rather than criticizing every time now, let us look inward. What can we do to help this present administration? What can we do as a community member, as an individual, as a group of conscious people? What can we do to help this personality? That is the purpose of this gathering. And I would like to tell us that this program will be coming up every 2 months. By the time we discuss today, I believe the chairman himself is going to get the link of our discussion and listen to our various suggestions. Now, we are not here to pull anybody down. We are here to discuss, to help them to succeed, to help them discuss, to succeed. Fine, the election has come and it has gone. Let's discuss the governance now, not the political activities now, because there is time for everything and there are season for everything. So that is the purpose of this gathering. So good evening. We have some people joining us via Zoom as well. And Comrade Kofo, you were able to hear us, but I believe your video is on, Kofo Babs, but you need to activate your audio so that I can hear what we are saying. Now, quickly, fast forward, let's move to the next agenda, which is what? Suggestion of ideas. Now, I want us to pick a particular, okay, when it comes to governance, when it comes to bringing government closer to people, what are the major things that the citizen love to see that is within our community in Oshodi, Isolo? What are the things that we can suggest of recent? They are constructing Adeyemi Road down to Ojaoke. Now, what can we do? Because I noticed that there's no drainage. I'm not sure they are planning to do any drainage in that particular area. That is road. One. Another thing, earthwise, because when we have a good road, it brings business closer to our people. It makes things easier. It makes transportation easier for our people. That is road construction. Now, earth sector. That earth sector is another way again. It's another area that we need to look into. Sorry for that. Mr. Osibelo, you are in a party. So now, I'm just trying to lay down foundation. We will now pick one of those things and suggest for them what they can do as a community member. Health sector is there. Our education is there. I don't think Oshodi itself have what you call a public library. The one that was constructed, I think the site was not properly located or cited, because if we make a sample now, many people don't even know that we have a library here in Oshodi. That is education now. So I'm going to open the floor down. I want us to discuss on the road they are constructing now. They are about constructing in Oshodi Solo. What are the suggestions that we have for the government, and how best we can help them to give us a long-lasting road network in Oshodi Solo? Not that in the next 6 months we still go back to the same issue we want to discuss now. So the floor is open now. So you can unmute yourself. You have this Comrade Sheifumi.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, kudos to the initiative and the moderator of this platform. And I recognize your presence, Comrade Amzat. During when we are chatting on the APCV, so I always address him as Comrade. I've known him for a very, very long time, and the love he has for the Oshodi Solo local government, I can feel it, sir. I'm a politician, but here I'm going to talk as an ordinary layman. So I'm not going to criticize or try to talk as a politician here. Firstly, the community demand is on the high side. The community demand is on the high side, and then we forget to know what the citizen need is dividends of democracy. That is what we need in all aspects, either education, road, library, health sector. They are all dividends of democracy. One, we need to firstly orientate our people. My speech is not going to support the government or side anyone. We need to know the difference between local road and state road in our community. So in case we want to be criticizing any government, why this road is not fixed, why the other one is not fixed. So I think there are some road that local government is not entitled to do without the instruction or the directive from the state. And then we should also try to understand that 20 local governments is being recognized from the federal government. Why we run 57 local government and next is Lagos State. Oshodi Solo is the parent body of Isolo and Ejigbo. So whatever allocation that's been given to Oshodi will also be shared to Isolo and Ejigbo. So I know that the citizen demand is on the high side, and then firstly, we need to first understand what the local government is generating monthly and the IGR, what we expect them to do within a period of 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and 6 months. So we can't expect all the route to be fixed in a day. As far as I was told that Oshodi alone has 300 roads, and we should not expect that the 300 roads should be constructed in a day. I think it is going to be a gradual process. But the new mayor, as an engineer, actually, before he became mayor, we addressed him as an investment because he is a business mogul, he's a business guru. When it comes to construction of road, I personally believe that he will do his own best. And the other dividends of democracy, I'm very much sure that before we can criticize or score this new administration, I personally will give 6 months. I will give 6 months ahead, at least, just for the government to know A and B, because, and then that seat is not easy. Politically, I'm not his fans, but the past first and second government before him, my family is there. They run the government together, so I know it's not easy. The politicians too, they are not helping at all. We politicians, we are not helping those elected people. We are not helping them at all. Our demand is too high. So, but I just pray that if we can just leave these people to do their job, without demanding much, as in personal benefits, much from them, I think they will do better. But in terms of road, I expect this new administration to do better than the past administration because that is his area of his specialization when it comes to construction. So let me stop here for now. See here what other comrade will suggest.
Okay, comrade, and the PDP candidate chairmanship in the just concluded election, comrade Ridwan Akibi. You can mute your mic and let's have your suggestions for the present mayor. You can unmute yourself. Okay.
Solidarity greetings to my powerful comrades in the room. I remember my humble self. Can you hear me?
Yes, very clear.
Yeah,
Very
I
clear.
remember my humble self, Comrade Architect Akimbi Ridwan, popularly known as Comrade Ara. I am not speaking based on a political affiliation. I am speaking based on a human rights activist presiding, which I am the current coordinator of OSHO, the unit of Committee for Defense of Human Rights, which I am speaking on behalf of all my comrades who lives in OSHO the year. And the development of my community or of my local government is my priority. That is the reason why we must work it out together. Politics has gone. Now the real work starts, because we have to leave politics aside and let's come together and take our local government to the next level. The next level in what sense is a paradigm shift. That's the reason why I am appealing to the new mayor of this local government to work with the NGOs, to work with the human rights groups, to work with also the professionals, the artisans, because those are the people that can easily give him a good advice, because politician will still be a politician. That's the reason why we need to work together with the new mayor in town. Now, I will speak because this is my local government. I am from the royal family of Egufa royal family. Then I will not look, Egufa is the Oba of Ewu community kingdom. Yeah, he is my uncle. That's the reason why I will not look at my community or my local government that will go astray. That's the reason why if this new mayor bring a new development to the community, yes, I'll be proud that I'm also an indigene. I'm also a citizen of this local government. That's the reason why I'm going to contribute based on two things entirely, which the moderators have also enlightened on that part. In the area of education, firstly, and education parts there, Oshodi is one of the bedrock of education in Lagos State, even in Nigeria so far. If you look at our products are always excelling in anywhere they go to, whether in Nigeria or in overseas. I can mention many of our products who are professors and who are doctors, who are doing well in their great field of study. Even you can say Mr. Adams there, Mr. Temple, Iketebichoko, known as Old Master, Jawula, Red Hot, Mr. T, and many of them. Even Wachinchi, they are also a product of the local government. Now, I'm trying to bring what is called public and private partnership in education sector. The new mayor can also partner with the private tutorials like A1 College, like Adams Tutors, like Babs Impact, those standard tutorials in our local government, so that we can revive education back to where it was before. Because if you look at the youth now entirely in my local government here so far, I've done my statistic that the high level of dropout, they're more among the youth, because they believe that without education, that they can make the money. But education is always what the bedrocks of every society. If they can sponsor some students, like 50 students in each tutorial, like those who are in Shogunle, those who are in Etutu can move to A1 college, while those who are in Oshodi can move to Adams College or move to Babs Impact, then and they can sponsor 50-50 per month. Then that can also be able to reduce the level of of illiteracy or the level of dropouts in our community. And again, based on the road, you said roads, yes, I can see the great impact between the member of the House of Assembly, Honorable Shokunle, with the new mayor now. If they can be able to work together as brothers, yes, they will bring a lot of new development. Because if there is a beef between the member of the House of Assembly or member of the House of Rep and the new mayor in town, then there cannot be a smooth one of government in this local government. That's the reason why one or two of them must be able to bring down their ego so that they can able to achieve what they are. Because there is a limit of roads the mayor can construct. But when we have a state roads and the assembly member is there that can easily to facilitate that particular roads, and also there are some federal roads who are within our local government, while our federal reps can also through the help of through the cooperation of the new mayor in town. And again, if you can look at the roads being done in Adeyemi down to Ojoki, precisely, maybe whether if they should use good asphalt as an engineer and architect, if they use a good asphalt in doing that roads, then that road can last for like 30 years or above. And maybe from what I'm looking at, they wanted to tie the road first before they now start with the drainages. I noticed when they did Ileshomi to Popola's road, they tied the road. After tying the roads, then after like a week, then they started doing the drainages. Whether that is a new ideology they wanted to bring into the new construction part. And also again, on the issue of earth, because earth is paramount. If you are not standard, if you are not healthy, you can't be able to speak, you can't be able to move. But if the new mayor, have the power to do a checkpoint system. We call it a door-to-door checkpoint system within our community, apart from primary health center that we have. Yeah, but we can create a checkpoint health system, like whether like 2 or 3 streets there. Let the new mayor brings a checkpoint health system.
Comrade, can they summarize what to do?
That's the only
floor. Have another section. No, we still have another section.
That's the only floor, sir.
And you are still on, but I want you to kindly round up.
Yeah, I will
have a privilege to talk. Okay.
Yeah, so that if we bring out a new checkpoint system, that can also help the local, help the primary center in those areas. And that's just and again, empowerment. Empowerment is very important here. Let the new mayor empower the youth, empower the old by bringing a mortgage banking system. A mortgage banking system that can be able to also lend those old people's money, and they will pay at lower rates. Let me stop there for now. Let's other people also contribute. Thanks, my powerful colleagues.
Thank you, Comrade Ridwan. My right is your right. CDHR. So I really appreciate that. My leader in Oshodi, and I'll give it to Comrade Ayoyinka to promote himself, so I can hear from him. Comrade Ayoyinka.
Thank you, Comrade Olawale Ayinde. Please, I want to confirm. Are we just discussing on road or just generally now? So that I don't.
We are discussing generally now. In our
All right,
surprise meeting, we're going to center on a particular
Okay.
sector that we want to engage. But for now,
Okay.
we are discussing generally because this is our
All right.
first meeting, just an overview of everything, and we suggest
Okay.
as well.
Yes, thank you for the opportunity. I'm from Redewa. Ayinka is my name. All the speakers that have spoken have really spoken well. And this program or this meeting is a starting point. The real politics is what we are doing now. Election is just one thing. Unfortunately for the position we have today, the fear election is the politics. Election is it's not even up to 0.5% of what politics entails. The real politics is what we are doing now. And my first point is this: we need to do more. The leaders that have been elected or selected or chosen will work or not work depending on the people. If the people just put their hand on their cheeks, let's just be looking at them. The leader can work or might not work, depending on what he decides to do. But when there's adequate pressure from the people, from every NGO, from every sector, from every trade union, from every mobilizing regularly, and this is what I want us to be doing. This is one. And also physically demanding for things to be done in the community. There are mayors in the community, and you're in charge of the community of Oshodi. We are not saying they should do all what's wrong in Lagos. Focus on Oshodi. Take care of Oshodi. If we put that pressure, and as we have started already, we will see the results. No matter whoever is in that position. But it must be done. Different groups, whether they are political parties or their activist movement or their trade movement, should take away their differences now. Put your differences aside. You are all a member of Oshodi. We all live in Oshodi. We all pass through Oshodi. We all work in Oshodi. And find a way to make sure the people in power do what they are supposed to do. The politicians that the former speakers have been talking about are able to enter these people, allow me to use that English, because the people itself are not entering them. If on a day that a politician that wants to come and collect his own, is it Shakole, I'll call it now, or a talk from the mayor, get there, and he sees the people there at that time, or anytime he calls, he's meeting the people there, and the people are regularly visiting their leaders in the community. The politicians will know that this time is not for joke, that the people really want them to work. And that is the first major step. No matter what we discuss, no matter what we talk, if those actions are not taken, then we'll not be able to get results. That's my first point. Then two, for Oshodi, I think apart from, because when the candidate for PDP was talking, and he was saying Adams, Wachinchi, I know all those people. So when he said Oshodi is one of the better communication, he's not joking at all. It's what I know. Adams, Adebola, I know him very well. Babs, all those guys, brilliant and intelligent. Put Oshodi on the map. Not just because of the fact that Oshodi is better, because of the population and the market value. There's a large market in Oshodi of people, and there's a large market of business. The leaders in the past have not been taking advantage of this. They have been taking advantage of it for their pockets. They collect taxes, they tax the people, the NRC people, the talk people tax the people, but they have not been taking advantage of it to build the community. And for you to be able to do a proper taxing collection, there need to be censors. We should demand that the chairman, the mayors, the people that are in charge of Oshodi now, do a proper census of the community. Now, we're not asking them to count the whole Lagos. Just Oshodi. Why now are people operating in these markets? How can we take care of them? Why now are people living in this community? How can we take care of them? When they have that number, when they collect taxes from those people in the market, we will know the value of what they are collecting. We will know how to demand accountability and transparency from them. We know what they are using with these taxes. But when a case where some group of people just wear different clothes, go to the market, I had the people collecting money that we don't know where it's going to, we don't know where it's coming from, there will not be proper care for the people. The market women are displaced anytime, anywhere, anyhow. There's no proper state. Go to Bolade market. It is an international market. It is a big market. But the government in the past have not taken advantage for the people. There's a difference between taking advantage for your pockets and taking advantage for the people. That is one of our demands. If the market value system in Osho is properly taken care of, it will cover a lot of things. You were mentioning, a former speaker was mentioning about roads. See, Oshodi is as rich enough to even do some state roads. All the mayor needs to do is to liaise with the person in the house. Okay, allow us to do this road. We have the money. The drainages. They are in the habit of doing roads and not doing drainage. I happen to be a builder myself. A road without drainage is not a road. It's just a way. The drainage is the key. But they do the road, there's no drainage, they go back to square one and they use substandard materials. So we need to take on that point that there need to be a proper census of Oshodi. People using the markets and proper taxation. Taxing the people is not a crime. It's done all over the world. But in the case where taxes are not accounted for, taxes are not used for the people that are paying the taxes, then there will be problem. You just keep on drawing from the people, dragging them, and you're not doing anything for them. So we as a movement, as a group, as a party, gathering and putting pressure on the government and a proper census of people of Oshodi. Let me just stop there. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Comrade Ayoyinka, for that suggestions and eyes-opening observation. I'll let Comrade Amzat, your hand is up. You can unmute yourself, and we have less than 11 minutes to end this discussion, just an hour. So, Comrade Amzat, you can unmute yourself.
Yeah, thank you very much, Comrade Galadima. In fact, Comrade Ala and Comrade Ayoyinka have really done a powerful justice to the discussion on ground, and politician Seyi Funmi has done his own bit too. Well, like I've been saying, this is just the beginning, and on several occasions we are going to ensure that we go beyond this level at which we are starting today. Whether they are going to stay, whether they are going to run, or they are going to walk, many of us will not give a damn to the required development our constituents really required. However, I don't have much to say today because of the benefit of those I want to talk. My own major emphasis is that at the very present moment, we need a synergy. And it is only the synergy that can bring development to our community. We are not blind. Every one of us can see. The MHR and the mayor, as God will have it to this hour, they are from the same camp. I don't know about the Laha. And this is what we have been clamoring for, that there should be a synergy between the executive and the legislature and other representatives we have in the community, so that they can bring us a number of dividends that we really needed. If this can be done, if this can be put in motion for the interest of the generality of Oshodi at large, automatically, all this we are yearning for today, tactically, we are going to come together either online at a start, because being online here, we cannot achieve much until we come physical. And none of them can stop us from coming physical, because the time will come, they will call for us. And by the time we are shying away from the truth and reality today, automatically, we are going to be at the receiving end. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, comrade, and Amzat. I have three people raising their hands up. Prince, and Fatoki, and the Wise. And I think the Wise is part of the last mayor media team. So let me give it to Prince Omeniu. Comrade Prince.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
my name is so hard for you to call. Yeah.
Which state, sir? Which state? That should be Edo State, right?
No, Abia State, but born and raised in Lagos. So yeah, exactly. Something good is happening in front. That's what it means. Thank you so much for this wonderful platform. It's a great privilege to be here to listen to great minds. I'll be very quick because of the time frame. The roads, you guys are talking specifically on the road today. So the roads that they are doing now, thank God that there's a new improvement in this administration. What I want to say is those roads should be properly checked. They shouldn't rely on those that are building. They should have people who will check on those roads and also add speed breakers, because when it's too smooth and we have a lot of influx of cars and bike, so to avoid accident, there should be some little roadblocks, to reduce the speed because some people, they didn't go through any training when it comes to just pick up a bike and they're moving, or cars. So there should be what they call it, speed breaker. And again, I want to also talk about lights. We need the solar lights because we can't do low roads, and when it's dark, you know how the community is. Sometimes people can boggle, people coming late at night. So we need lights to help the citizens. So this solar light will be very good. They should partner with some of these other light companies where they can give a subsidized rate and they can be paying them gradually, for as much as their tenure will go. So they start with some streets and gradually the major streets should be filled with lights. That's another thing. Then when it comes to, if we have a good road, then we should have to checkmate the bikes. If you watch Oshodi now, there's millions. I don't even know what to quantify that. The bikes are too much and it's bringing risk in the community. So how do we checkmate this thing? We need data. They need to count how many bikes are in Oshodi. After counting those bikes, we need to know the numbers of bikes that is in Oshodi. Then we know how to tag them. They know how to specify some going to this unit. I don't know. There should be a way to control it, because if you watch that, what they call that, if you're going to post office, that T junction, very dangerous, one of the most dangerous junctions in Oshodi. You can see how just within a second, the millions of bikes just circle around there. So we need more road safety people to control the traffic, and they need to, checkmate these bikes, and see how they can. I don't know. By the time you get data, then something will come up. There'll be policies that will put in place. They should have a T-shirt to identify the bikes that we have in Oshodi. Then anyone that is coming, there should be data. We should have a digitalized data of these people, commuting people around, because they also use this medium to do a lot of atrocities. So these are my concerns. Thank you.
Oh, sorry. Oh.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, and Mr. Okay, Tosin, you can unmute yourself. Tosin, you can unmute
Good evening, everyone.
Oh, good evening.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I'm comrade Fatoki Oluwatosin. It's a honor. As the Duke or youngest terrorist, I'm not a terrorist anyway. All right, I joined the military late because I was on the road. Firstly, I would like to say a very big thank you to the organizers of this and those who have come together to put this together. But it's just a pity that many of our youth in Oshodi, we've lost it all, to be sincere. These are the kind of programs most of our youth are meant to be putting together. But I realize that many of them are, what many of them are after is what they want. Just imagine we have this kind of conversation and we're having just 10 people online. Took over when many of them are not even ready for it. Okay, I will start majorly with the road. The roads in Oshodi Solo local government as a whole. Firstly, I will say a very big thank you to the former mayor, Honorable Idris Bolaji Ariyo, for his great efforts in putting Oshodi together. But one thing I realized during his tenure was that there was no cordial relationship between the executive and the legislators we have in Oshodi. And probably because every one of them was feeling, I'm the boss. Probably the Laha was feeling, okay, I'm you people's boss, I'm the Laha, you guys are meant to be doing this or this. But I don't think that's all we need in Oshodi. At least with the ends of these men being put together, there are a lot of great things that can be put in place. Because I remember vividly during lockdown, somebody said something. He said, if all our political office holders can put in 2 million during that lockdown and they join together, it's something that will go a long way in Oshodi. That's why it's so pity sometimes when I come online, when probably somebody is carrying out a project and some people will come and say it's their project, this will come and say it's their project. It's so unfortunate that many of our leaders, they've lost it all. They've lost out. Now, I remember vividly, I sent many letters to the office of the chairman pertaining to the roads in Shogunle, which I personally told him, even on his DM, that there are major roads in Shogunle that whenever there are traffic, roads that lead to Janopaja and all of that, most of those cars, they don't take express. And these are the particular roads in Shogunle that if you can give us this route, we'll be so glad. It's not necessary. There are ways you can do road. There is something we call interlock. There are some roads in Oshodi, even inner streets, not even the main road, inner street in Oshodi, that they don't even need time of road. All they just need is interlock. At least if you go to Isolo, probably towards Okota, Ago Palace, that's what they do to their road. And I'm really enjoying it. That's why Gani Johnson will always be at the top, because Gani Johnson was once a commissioner for public for roads and works. And to be sincere with you, what Gani Johnson does, whenever there's an approval of good to Oshodi Solo, because they don't put it Solo, they do put it there, Oshodi Solo. Whenever there are road project like that, the first thing those boys do is they call him, sir, they've given us a road. How many did they give Oshodi Solo? 5. Okay, out of the 5, you should take 4 to the Solo and you go bring 1 to Oshodi. It's because he has a good relationship and good rapport with those at the top, working on the roads. But
hello, comrades. It seems your network is not that strong, and we don't have much time on our side. Your network is not that strong, and for record purpose, we are not here to condemn any administration or any past administration. We are talking about the present administration. Now, we all believe we have failed we have failed to do our own primary assignment duties with the last administration. So now we are talking how to sincerely help the present the present administration. So I think while we are giving our opinion, our suggestion, we do. Muse Ario has done his own best, which he believes is best for him. He has done that, so there's no need of bringing his name on table now. So, and last person that we're going to give privilege to talk now is Mr. DeWise. Mr. DeWise, are you still there?
Hello. Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
You have to put on your video.
Oh, my video is not whatever. Please kindly pardon me. I said, please kindly pardon me for that. Almost everybody on the stuff knows me, so that's why I didn't hide myself. So now, I first appreciate this platform, and I thank everybody for their view. Just as you said, I don't really want to go into last administration or whatever, but based on what people have said, I think the first thing that we need to follow is political awareness. We need to sensitize our people of issues on governance and not on politics. If you watch Inoshodi today, if you go through all the platforms, all what you see people discussing is just politics. Season of politics has gone. The new mayor in the council now, Honorable Oloyede, is now chairman for the entire local government and not for anybody, including PDP, opposition, and whatever. So we need to first entice our people, work in unity to actually put up our demands, put up our opinions. What are the roles of CDA? Are they really doing what they ought to do? What about the youth? Are we really channeling our opinion towards positive infrastructural development of our communities? What exactly are we really doing? If you watch what is going on now, most of us are just praise singers and holding our allegiance to either party or political leaders. Whereas, as I used to say, development of our community should come first before anything. I'm a member of my community before becoming a party member. That is one. Two, somebody talked about sensors and growth. I think with my little experience in government, the power to take census doesn't lie with the local government. It is vested in the federal government. But there's a way the local government can come up with a system, at least, to take the database of the people. Because it is only when you have the database of the people that you can now know the kind of infrastructural development that you can do for them. That is about that. Then again, taxes. See, not that Nigerians are not ready to pay for taxes, but in a situation where the government are not providing the necessary amenities, and you expect people to pay tax, it will end in a kind of fiscal. But the government can do a kind of thing like this: provide some basic amenities, then create awareness to people that my people, so and so, we've done this, but we need it to. There's a way you communicate with the people, because one thing I've learned with our people is this: our people are ready to support government, but they want information of everything, especially on how you spend their money. Then lastly, because of time, many people look at development and performance of any government basically on roads. Though roads is a part of it, but majorly, if you look at the way Lagos State government is, or if you look at the roads within your local government, there is Truck A road, Truck B, and Truck C. And for local government has limitation when it comes to road infrastructural development. But the last administration, what I learned was there was a synergy between the past administration and Lagos State government through the public works. And gradually, I think, based on the plans that has already put on pipeline, some of those things will start yielding. But as it will be yielding, I believe the current mayor will have been given brief about that too, so that we shouldn't be looking purely as roads as the only yardstick to measure any performance of any government, because local government has their own shortcomings when it comes to financial, whatever. Then one speaker said something about synergy. To move forward, I think all the political leaders, either elected, appointed, there should be synergy. See, in any place that there is no unity, hardly you will see development. And that do this enfranchisement or uncooperative attitude occurs within all these political office holders. Most of it are caused by either the followers or even some leaders. So these are the areas that I think we can put them together, push it to the new mayor. The new mayor should find a way to harness everybody and bring everybody under one umbrella. Because one thing that always occurs in politics is people always want to do winners takes all. And to win election, you need everybody. And once we win election, I think everybody should be involved. Thank you, and God bless you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. DeWise. I really appreciate your contribution and your observation. Mrs. Queen, on the private chat stream, said something is bothering you. I said something is bothering me. I would like if we can address it. Do you know that restroom inside terminal, they charge users some certain amount? I don't think it is proper. Maybe in our next edition, we're going to discuss on that. And like I said earlier, okay, comrades, thank you, DeWise, thank you. And like I said earlier, we want to be a positive help to this present administration. Positive help in the sense that we have our roles to play as the masses and as a citizen in our community. And Mr. Comrade Prince, your suggestions are well noted. There's need for us to checkmate every ongoing project that is going on within our community. We have right to ask questions. We have right to engage the contractors. We have to ask them, why are you doing this? For example, when the Adeyemi Road, I saw it on the platform that they want to start constructing Adeyemi Road. I went there. I saw what they are doing with my eyes. I asked the contractor, why are they not putting drainages here? He said the road is bad. They're just trying to rehabilitate it to be able to be used for primary purpose first before they now engage in calling of that particular, because it's the major road. If they have to close that road down and they want to do the normal thing that needs to be constructed on that road, it will cost a lot of gridlock within the community, because that is the major road that to Mafuluku, Arojobel, Daudu, those are the link roads. And all those link roads are not in good stage. So if they can fix the inner roads properly, then maybe they can do justice to Adeyemi Road. But what they are doing now is just for a limited time, because it can't last long. It can't last. We are not going to have every road of rain. It will wash all those things away. So, Mr. Prince, your observation is well noted. And I still appreciate everybody for taking your time to be part of this program. And it is our program. It is your program. It is a platform for us to discuss. And I believe the link for this discussion today will be dropped with the mayor to listen to it. And every 2 months, we'll be having something like this until we gather ourselves to have a physical discussion. Because what we notice is that many people within our community are still living in the fear. And one of my leaders said, kill your fear, so I can be free. So if you kill your fear, there's no way freedom can come. So we need to kill our fear first so that I can have freedom. And as we're talking now, our community is in bondage. We need to stand up and stand for the truth. It doesn't take you anything to say the truth. It only takes you your energy and your beliefs to say it. And I want to appreciate everybody on board, Comrade Amzat, Comrade Tosin, Comrade The Wise, Prince, Queen, Ayoyinka, my own powerful leader in Oshodi, CDHR, Comrade Ridwan Akibi, and Comrade Sheifumi Babatunde. I love your presentation. You said you are a politician, but you want to discuss like a citizen now. I love that aspect. I don't like people playing two side coin. I love that aspect. So in our next edition, we will get back to us to our platform, and we are going to inform us. And like I said earlier, today we just do an overview of what we think it should be. Maybe in our next edition, we're going to discuss about synergy. How can these synergize? Now, people don't talk about councillors. They don't talk about councillors. They don't talk about our CDS chairman. They don't talk about CDS chairman. They're also part of the government because they also have their own input in the running of the business of the government. So we need to discuss about them. That's a part of this. So maybe in our next edition, we will discuss about synergy. How CDS chairman, how CDS chairman, how councillors, and how the chairman can work together with our legislative arm of the government. Thank you, everyone. And once again, I appreciate you all. Mrs. Queen, we don't see your face. I think she's the only female on board.
Yeah, you know her very well.
Okay, she's the only female on board. Queen. Okay, I can see you. I can see. Okay. And Fumi. Come Fumi. Thank you. I appreciate you for joining. Thank you all. See you next edition. Thank you.